Now, forums are way more obvious as a way of socially connecting with others, because forums are already set up specifically under the idea of we all agree, we're all in the same subject matter. There are forums on everything. There are forums. There's literally no subject in the world, I don't think at this point, that there's not a forum. We were talking about LinkedIn earlier. Well, LinkedIn creates these little forums, okay, which are totally unsuccessful in anything I've been able to tell. 3 people respond to somebody's, that's a lot. If I see 3 responses to somebody putting up a subject, that's huge. But you go into a forum, and have you guys been on forums? Have you all been on forums? Okay, I mean, like I just went on a forum. I just got this, this new phone, and it's a brand new phone. It only came out 2 weeks ago. So there was stuff that I was like, how does this work and why isn't this working for me? Well, there's already a forum for it. Okay, for the specific Samsung Rogue, there is a Samsung Rogue forum. Okay, there was already 50 or 60 people signed on to the forum. There was already a number of threads that people had put up, and there was already lots of comments on those threads. Okay, now how do you use a forum to create a social environment for you where you might get clients? Well, first of all, you got to join them. Okay, and so you go in and you join. Now here's the second step, is the most critical thing that you'll do. You need to make sure that they allow signatures that include a link. Okay, so some forums you can have a signature with a link the very first day. Okay, they don't have any restrictions with regard to your signatures. Some forums require you to have posted or responded to other people's posted X number of times before you can use a signature with a link. And some will never let you use a signature with a link. So when you go into their informational section, it'll give the rules. If you don't see any rules with regard to signatures, then that means you can put a link in your signature. Otherwise, they'll tell you what the rule is with regard to links in the signature. So now you go in and again, the more honest you are in terms of your forum participation, the more likely you are. It's kind of like LaTip. It's almost exactly like LaTip. If you join LaTip merely for the purpose of getting tips, it's very likely that you're going to get that many, okay? As you give more tips, you're way more likely to get something back. Okay, that's our whole philosophy here. Same thing's true in forums. If you go into forums honestly, and your goal is to participate and to give away information, okay, here's what I think about the stock market right now, and here's my reasons why, and here's what my charts are telling me, and somebody then responds to that and says, well, I don't agree with you, I think that this is da-da-da, and somebody else says, oh no, I think he's right, and now you have a thread going, and people are going back and forth, and they're responding to the subject matter that you've raised, okay? Or you go on to other people's threads, and you agree or disagree or comment on their thread, and you're actively participating in the forum, well, then people are going to start recognizing you as an active participant. And now, if somebody really has need of your services, or they know somebody who has need of your services, they're way more likely to say, hey, I've got this guy that's on this forum. He seems really smart. Okay, and now that's where your potential for a client comes, directly from the forum. The indirect methods that your forum responses get is that every time that you post and you link, okay, you put because it's got your link in your signature, that is going to raise up your website's capabilities. Okay, so it's a backlink, so it increases the power of your own website every single time that you post in that forum and your link shows up. Okay, now multiple backlinks from exactly the same place are not as powerful as a backlink from this one and a backlink from here and a backlink from there, but they're still helpful. They continually add to what Google sees as you being truly a person of influence, because you have backlinks, you have links to your website. So that helps your website. The other thing that happens is, if you are clever in the way that you create your thread and you title it well, and you begin your first sentence in your thread with good keywords. Okay, you use keywords in your title and use keywords in your thread. The post itself can easily show up in Google search. So you put in Santa Monica real estate broker recognizes or thinks the market's going up. That's your title of your post. And then in your first line, you put, "Hi, I'm Twee, and I'm I'm a real estate broker in Santa Monica." That's just a very natural way to start a forum post. And now you're going to continue by saying, and I think the market's going up in Santa Monica because I just saw this and I've seen this and blah, 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 blah. So there's some evidence that maybe the market is finally trending up, at least in the west side of Los Angeles. Okay, the search engine sees that headline and they see that first line and they say, oh, this obviously is somebody who knows something about Santa Monica real estate market. And so there's an opportunity for you to potentially have shown up in a Google search under that. And I've shown up many times with postings that I've done on forums. So the real key, again, is to be sincere in that you're trying to share information that's useful in forums and to actually actively participate in the forum. And there's what I named 4 different ways that can actually help your business by either making you visible or by actually resulting in a professional response within the forum that somebody will actually use you because they can see that you're smart.